All right, so Tash, I know that you lead that spirit-led team, and you do treasure hunts often as a way of equipping people. Mm-hmm. But how do you teach others to approach someone when they're in a shopping centre and they want to begin a spiritual conversation?
Yeah, so I think the important thing here for me is don't be weird. Like, just don't be weird. And if you're weird, try to be normal. Like, just, it doesn't have to be weird. It's only weird if you let it be weird.
Yeah. All right, so how do you teach people, Tash, to go up cold to someone in the supermarket or at a shopping centre and actually engage in a spiritual conversation?
Yeah, so I just teach people to be normal and natural, to be themselves. And so we have people that come out with us that are shy and, you know, it's uncomfortable for them to initiate a conversation. So we encourage them to just sit down on a bench next to somebody and just engage in small talk. Like, just go one step further than you've ever gone before. For those of us who are a bit more outspoken, we encourage them to just be normal. Like, this is a normal part of who we are, and it doesn't have to be weird unless we let it be weird. And so we've come up with a few things like, you know, if I notice somebody is unwell or sick or injured, I'll just walk up and say, hey, what have you done to yourself? And get them to initiate the conversation and then take it somewhere from there.
That's good. I think my mistake as I began doing this kind of thing was that I'd be so desperate to get my side of the story out, you know.
Yeah.
Can I pray for you? No? Oh. And so watching you has helped me to just actually engage in conversation first, love the person, and then go from there. And so, you know, there's all that compassion stuff connected to that as well, where Jesus' miracles were initiated by his compassion for people. Yeah. But another thing that's helped me is just those two basic questions. What's your spiritual story? Yeah. Everyone's got one. Well, I don't have one. Well, it might be different to mine, but what's your story? And it actually helps them to begin a spiritual conversation. The other thing I've used is, if God could do a miracle in your life, what would it be? And that one, particularly when we were on a treasure hunt a little while ago and found this person in the spot where the treasure map had said, but in a place I fully believed that there would be no one sitting, in a gazebo in Bendigo in a park in the dark. All of a sudden we're in a spiritual conversation and I'm able to use that question. If God could do a miracle in your life, what would it be? So
we're on our way
to
visit Justin and Keshet.
Yeah.
They have an amazing story.
Yeah.
We're going to meet Cara there.
Okay.
And she's a part of their story. So we get to hear both sides and every angle. So let's go check it out.
Let's do it.
So we were out to dinner at Knox, and we thought we'd go out for dinner because Keshet had been in hospital for the last few days and she was on crutches, and we just thought we needed to get out of the house and eat something that was prepared by someone else but mildly tasty. So we'd finished eating and we were hobbling around to try and figure out what to do next, and Keshet wanted to eat some cake and I was trying to tell her not to eat any cake, and that was not going down very well. And then Cara and Nathan came over and they started talking to us and asking Keshet about what's going on and why she was on crutches and if she was okay, and just showing an interest, which was pretty strange because this person doesn't know us from a bar of soap and we didn't know them, and I think we were just tired, so we just let the person speak and just, all right, whatever, you want to talk. And so then Cara offered to pray for Keshet's leg, and immediately I started noticing everyone around me, and I felt very self-conscious about what was going on, and I thought, right, this is not what I would be comfortable with. But I stayed silent, and Keshet was just like, yeah, sure. And so Kara just sort of like knelt down and started praying for Keshet's leg, and the pain started to go down a bit, and it was pretty cool. And then I just thought, I don't know what I thought. I was confused and very surprised, and even more surprised because Kara then said, oh no, we can do better. Jesus can do better. Let's pray again. And so she prayed again, for this time for Keshet's back and her ankle and her shin, and all the pain went away from Keshet, and she was no longer hobbling around. She was standing up straight, and she was able to walk, and she started sort of walking backwards, not realizing that she's kind of walking backwards. And then Kara sort of nudged Keshet a bit to say, hey, why don't you hand your crutches over to Justin? And she did, and she was able to walk around, and she was fine, which is pretty amazing. And I didn't know what to think. I had no idea. I was pretty surprised. I was just speechless, really. And it was pretty good. It was like we'd been given back time that we knew we had lost, because with 3 months to go before our wedding, we'd only just started learning our wedding dance, and we were already worrying about whether or not Keshet could go to work, and how everything was going to come together. So we felt like we'd been gifted back an opportunity to actually do things that we wanted to do. So it was amazing.
I just went with it, and it was the best thing that ever happened.
So Nathan and I were in a pub. We'd been hanging out there regularly every week for a little while, and we, for some reason, just felt to go for a walk outside, and I spotted Keshet on the crutches from quite a way away. And that time I actually had been asking God. I just decided that I just wanted to see, a move of God once a day at least. I was kind of looking like I wanted to see more, and I was praying for opportunities and things like that. And when I saw Keshet, I could tell she was looking really fragile and, shaken, and even from a distance I could tell that I could sense the feelings there. So my heart really went out to her, and so I said, Nath, can we go and talk to these people? So we went, and just wanted to find out what had happened, rather than try not to freak them out by straight away saying, can I pray for you? But just chat to them first and find out. And I think we just offered to pray, and
but there was still a part of me that was thinking, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and all the pain's going to come back. So that was the real test. And we went to bed, I woke up, and everything was amazing, better than it ever had been, even before falling down a flight of stairs. So I messaged Kara that morning and I said, so the pain's still not there and everything's gone, so it's really awesome. Can we see you again? And so we saw her, it was literally a week later, and we had dinner.
Yeah, we made it almost like a weekly thing.
Yeah, we made it a weekly thing for about 4 weeks, until it was more just building a friendship and getting to know one another, and there were bits of Jesus and God in there, but it was nothing that we couldn't, too much to handle. God was obviously speaking to her in a way that was for us. So then we asked what church she went to, and we went along that Sunday.
Yeah. It was. I think it was really important that we were never really told, oh, you should come to church, you should go to this place or whatever. And Kara, it was really cool actually, because Kara was like, oh, you don't have to go to this church, it can, you know, there are many churches you could go to, you know, and it was really cool that there wasn't this focus on having to go there, and it was more that if we were ready, we would ask about it, and she would be open to telling us about it. And I think that was really, really important, really cool for the whole experience.
I love that story.
That's amazing.
It's not often where you get to hear something with all the God moments lined up, because I
Yeah.
think often we're involved in just one piece of people's stories as well. So
Yeah. And to see them, you know, 18 months on, still pursuing God, and it's just phenomenal. I love that.
So what we want you to do is join the story and get
Yeah.
get involved in sharing your spiritual conversations. How did you launch into a spiritual conversation? What happened? Let's share those stories. Again, pull out your phone. What's the
Record
second step?
yourself.
Oh yeah, record yourself.
And upload it
Yeah.
to the Facebook page. Yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah.